Hello and welcome to the channel. We've got a Marshall JCM800 22-100 split channel and a reverb, and another amp in with noise issues. So this is a real classic for any, I'm sure everyone's seen these amps. I had one of these when I was about 25, when I still had hair, and I had one in red vinyl with the matching red cab, and it was extremely loud. So let's have a bit of a look at what we've got. So we've got the usual Marshall controls coming from this side. We've got presence, volume, of course we've got reverb on this, bass, middle, treble, volume, gain, and then the other channel is just bass, treble and volume. Single input, LED for the channel switching there. Let's have a look at the back. We'll just gently drop that down and turn it round. So we're looking at the back. It's a bit flappy, isn't it? Perhaps another screw in there would have been better, Marshall, but never mind. Don't remember mine being like that, but it's a long time ago. A port switch, send and return. We've got a DI out with a volume control on it. And we've got the speaker sockets, impedance, voltage selection. Let's just check that, yeah. And IEC and a couple of fuses. We'll check the fuses as well. Let's get the back off. So you can see we're looking inside. Let's just go in a bit. So you can see we've got 3 preamp tubes here, 2 more here, quad of JJs. Apparently the tubes in this amp are supposed to be new. Got the original LCR capacitors in still. There. Huge power transformer and output transformer. Best get it out of the case and have a bit of a look then. So we're having a bit of a scrum inside it, and if you look at the reverb cables, they are plugged in at the far side, so the tank's been put in that way and you can't get them out. And what a stupid thing to do. Instead of putting the tank this way around and having them plug in there and have much shorter wires on there, we just go back, you just have much shorter wires on there and not leave them dragging over the tubes. And it looks like you have to take the front off this one, and we can see someone's already had a go in there, and they've left us a spare hole. That doesn't look very clever. I don't know what's going on there, but it looks like you have to screw off the front to get those leads out. And it looks like that's what those screws are there for. And there is some on the other side that we can see. If we just go, it's not very good filming inside here, but we'll get some sort of idea. If we go in there, maybe you can just about see, there you go. You can see that there's also some wood splintered off there. So I'm not sure what's been going on there, but we'll take those screws out and pop the front off. Got the front off, managed to get this one out because there's a screw missing in the reverb. This end is solid, but I don't see any screws in any part of this. So it looks like screws at the back of there because something's holding this up. And obviously there's a lip here, you can only see about half of that, and you can't get it past it. What on earth? I'm sure I worked on one of these last year sometime. Sure I did, and I don't remember having this problem. So I don't know whether somebody's put the reverb tank in back to front or what. Surely that's not factory, but then again, look at the length of the cables, so it may well be. You know, fair enough, taking the front off's not too much of a pain, is it? But then to take it off and find out you still can't get, how do you get that out of there? Because you can't get it, you can't get in with a screwdriver to take the screws out because all the tubes and transformers are in the way, and there's no screws in here whatsoever, none here, but that is absolutely solid, so something's holding it in. So the only thing it could be is that the screws are under that piece of wood that's in there, that's glued in there. Is that factory? I've never had the front off one of these before. Absolute joke. Why not just put them on the other side and shorten the cable, and then you've not, you know, to me, that way the cable would be up there, lifted off the tubes, out the way. We've got the wire coiled up here. We've got one wire in this BT thing. I've got both of them out. I don't know whether they were both in there to start with, and it's fell out while I've been messing with this. So yeah, an absolute winner. Right, we've got the amp out the case, and yeah, it's a beast. 1987 we've got on here, so that's when this amp was made. So these LCR caps, they've been in here a good few years, haven't they? Nearly 40 years, 39 years. Yes. Right, let's tip it over and see what awaits us. Right, we've got it turned over, and this amp is all original. I don't see anything in here that's ever been changed, so probably that reverb tank is original then, the way it's been put in. Maybe they've turned it that way for noise, you know, for noise problems. I would have thought they've gone to all that trouble. That can only be why. So looking at the caps, and they look okay. There's nothing spilling out of them. Going on there. Look at that. My days, they've just been laid across there, both of them. So we'll remake those, and the others are the same. Come over here to C9. Looks like it's been cut and soldered back up again, that cap. We're going to have to check that. It's 6.3 volts, but we can't see what the value is on it. Right, let's I'm going to solder that wire on. What I'm just going to do is just going to solder it on, but I'm going to remake all of that switch and do those properly. I think the reason that they've done that is it's all tie wrapped up. Let's just go back over to it. What's this? So I think if we look at this, to get these wires up here, they're all tied in, and I think maybe the switch has been changed, and whoever's done it has just laid the wires across, because I don't know, but yeah, we'll address that. We'll just solder that on temporarily to get it running. Right. We've got 150 watt bulb on it. Is that the reverb? Yes, it's the reverb. That reminds me, I just need to look through where those wires come in. Well, it's really quiet. When it was at the customer's house, it was quite noisy. I actually went to collect this amp. That's just silent. So this amp had got a hum, not like 50 hertz hum, but when all the volume controls were turned down. But this is silent. And I turned every single control down on this, including the reverb. But then the reverb tank's disconnected, isn't it? So I wonder if it's the reverb tank. Would make sense. Can't remember the last time I worked on one of these. And I'm ready for launching this gimbal. I've got 150 watt bulb on it. We've got 200 volts going into it. Let's just take the bulb off. Oh. Oh yes, you can hear it now. Now the bulb's off. Yeah, so all the controls are down. Yeah. Yes. So it has got a bit of background noise. That was through the 4x12 that the customer got it through. It was quite loud. I've only got it on the 1x12. So it looks like these caps are getting a bit tired maybe. Date code of 48th week 1986 on the caps. So we've got these 3 caps in, and we've changed these bolts on these grounds because they were brass and they were just quite frankly rubbish. So cleaned all the grounds up as well. These have been cleaned, and the ground lug on that one snapped because they're just thin and rubbishy, so we've put a really substantial ground on that one. They're all done. The power switch I've now soldered properly, as you can see there. So that's done. So now we're turning his attention to this board here. If we go in, you can see that chip's been changed at some time, so we just need to have a look at that. It don't look very clever. Bit of burnage there. And then we need to change these caps, just check this board for dry joints and so on. So we'll make a start on that now. Yes, the bowl's empty, and that just won't do. Right, we've got this all recapped. These ones, they've not really seen much voltage, so we've done the bias caps, we've done the filament cap, because although that's not a lot of voltage, it's quite high current. Bypass caps again have not seen much voltage, they should be fine. They test perfectly, so, and they only have about a volt on it. So you can see the meter up there, that is the plate volts that's going in there. We've only got a 40 watt bulb on, we're just letting that come up slow because of the capacitors being new. We've got the signal generator through it, but we won't hear anything yet. We've got about 75 volts and climbing going into the amp from the wall, and we're drawing 120 milliamps. And if we look over there, you can see the meter, the wall meter there. Right, we'll shove the bulb up to 100, and that's starting to let a bit more voltage in there now. Bulb's dim. Got 346 volts. Let's turn up some volumes, see if we've got any sound at all. Reverb drawing 190 milliamps, so no issues there. I changed, if we just go down, I changed the diodes that had been topside repair, that had been clipped. I think they're on the filaments, I think. I'm not sure. I've not really studied the schematic on this one. But I changed them anyway, and I've raised them off the board. So, of course, they've just been tacked together. Yep, -28. -28, that's absolutely fine. No problems there. There's obviously no problem with the bias because we're only drawing 190 milliamps, which is nothing for this amp. $300 of bulbs. There we go, off the bulbs. -38. They're drawing 610 milliamps idle. 1.2 on that side. The bias. Excuse me, my bont's getting in the way there. Just want to do a quick check on these. Let's see what we've got on this side. 0.9. Is that how close is that? And 1.14 on the other. So 1 and 1.4. 1.14, so that's pretty well matched. 1.1. Don't know what the bias is actually set to, but to do that we will have to check the plate volts, and then we'll switch off and measure the windings on the transformer, on the output transformer. So let's just see what the plate volts is, because the voltage we've got on the meter 454 is not the plate volts. 461 on the plates. 461. Right, I've got this Marshall ready for a demo. Got a foot switch down here because that's the only way you can change the channels. So we've got it on the clean channel at the minute. Now I've got all the presence out. We just put a bit of presence in, say number 3. It's can get a little bit bright with this guitar anyway. Rusty, I'm not used to this guitar. Right, so let's get this master right down, and let's just try and feed in. These things are so loud, so it's quite hard to crank the gain up on the clean channel and get this quiet in here. overdrive even on that clean channel. And that's not bad. So let's go onto the other channel and set that up. Very toppy. If you once you get that treble past up to number 3, 4, it's keep it down round about 2. It's not too bad. Let's take it right up. Very bright. So again, I think about number 2 with the treble. Stumbling all over the place on this guitar. Yeah, that's sounding pretty good. Let's bang all the mid in. If you like a really grungy tone, pretty grungy, but again, if you take the mid out, see, this is what these Marshalls, in my opinion, they're so good, because you just can get so many different, patterns of distortion, if you like. You can get a really grungy tone out of one, or you can get the Ozzy Osbourne tone, the Randy Rhoads tone, rather, probably more accurate. They're just great, really great amps. but not when your guitar's out of tune. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty good, pretty nice amp, and it does seem quiet now. So hopefully that's cured all the problems with it. So yeah, very rusty demo there. Very. I did a couple of gigs over the weekend as well. My thumbs are very stiff. I know for some of the new watches, I've got chronic arthritis in my thumbs. So some days I'm okay on the guitar, and other days I'm not so. And today is a not so day. But yeah. So that'll do it for this one. So thanks for watching. You all take care, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye for now.